Welcome back to another week of Queen Bee Nomads. We are officially starting the 965 nautical mile journey through the ICW with our 40-foot catamaran. We didn't know what to expect from the ICW, but it turns out to be even more of a highlight in many ways than the Bahamas trip. Stay tuned through the series to see why. We're off the hook in Fort Pierce. We've been here for about 3 or 4 days.
Feels like 3 or 4 months.
Phil was very stressed out staying here. It's a really great place, but the currents against the wind, as we've said, are just insane. It's very stressful listening to your chain in your boat just like clunk and whip around. But anyway, we're heading down the ICW today for our first time, and I think we're going to be in the ICW on and off for the next 5 weeks as we make our way north to Chesapeake Bay. We're trying to make the 8:30 drawbridge. We have 5 minutes.
We haven't been under a fixed bridge yet, so the first one, of course, is going to be the most nerve-wracking. It is a 65-foot bridge, so we shouldn't have much to worry about, other than if I measured the mast incorrectly. Make it. For the first time, we aren't just watching our depth, we are also staring straight up at our mast. It's a total shift in how we navigate the ICW, also known as the ditch.
Okay, it's the moment of truth. We measured the mast and we think it's 63.5 feet in total, including the antenna on top. And we're going through this fixed bridge that is showing that it's 65.
Antenna touching off?
No. I don't know what you guys thought, but that looked a little bit close.
While we're tracking the magenta line, let's talk about what this waterway actually is. The continuous ribbon of water most cruisers know as the Atlantic Intracoastal Waterway stretches from Boston down to Key West. But the heart of the system is mile 0 in Norfolk, Virginia. From Norfolk, the miles count up as you head south. Right now, passing Fort Pierce, we are sitting right around mile 965. It's an incredible 1,200-mile marine highway built as a protected backdoor to the ocean. And today, we're measuring it bridge by bridge.
Okay, we did it.
Yeah, we did it. Didn't look like there was much clearance there, like maybe a foot. So I was 64 and a half. To be accurate, then we're 63 and a half. That's what we measured.
Yeah.
The dream of the ICW actually goes all the way back to the 1800s, but it wasn't officially completed as a continuous federal project until 1949. And it wasn't built just for weekend cruisers like us. During World War II, German U-boats were devastating merchant ships right off the Atlantic coast. The US desperately needed a safe internal route to move fuel and bulk supplies without ever touching the open ocean. Enter the ditch.
Okay, this bridge is a tricky one for the day. The board says 63. We measured 63 and a half. We would have to wait, I don't know, many hours to get back to low tide. We might try this now. Okay. Fingers crossed.
That's the antenna. So we're under 63.
Well, I don't even see an antenna. It didn't even touch it. I couldn't see the antenna from the side I was on, but Phil says
Didn't touch the antenna. It came probably a foot. So that
you also say that
What?
that could be a little bit wrong, that board, based on what other people said?
Yeah, there's some conflicting information.
Okay, so we still don't know exactly how tall we are, I guess.
Never know for sure.
The section we're traveling right now has a pretty wild local history. Back in the 1880s, private companies started digging these canals in Florida. In fact, railway tycoon Henry Flagler heavily invested in them to help build up the Florida coast. The state actually paid the canal companies in land, nearly 4,000 acres for every single mile of canal dredged.
A lot of the ICW is going to be full-on motoring, but at this moment we were able to throw up the jib and motor sail.
I'm gonna watch for all these little balls. Bunch of them.
Nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, ignition, and
Check this out. We caught the SpaceX Falcon 9 launch on May 21st from right here in Florida. This wasn't just any regular launch, because it happened right before sunrise. The rocket created this insane glowing vapor trail in the sky. 29 Starlink satellites headed for orbit, a booster flying for its 28th time, and one unforgettable view. Absolutely unreal.
Thank you.
And the show wasn't over yet. If you look right below the main rocket, you can see the first stage booster plummeting back down to Earth, blazing a trail through the atmosphere on its way to a drone ship landing in the Atlantic. Just another routine day at the office for SpaceX, marking the 150th successful landing just for that specific drone ship vessel.
That was pretty cool. Got much more of a show than I thought we would see. I thought we might just see like a little, kind of like watching a jet when it's at like 46,000 feet. All you can kind of see is a bit of smoke, but we could see quite a bit. It's actually just a big red ball going up in the air.
Well, it's all over. All you can see is just a little bit of cloud, a little bit of smoke up here. It's still, according to the webcast, it's still going up, but I can't see anything. So
We're heading to St. Augustine today, or towards St. Augustine at least, and we came across some power lines that were going under. We left this morning at about 6:45 a.m. We got up early to watch the SpaceX rocket launch, and that was from Cape Canaveral, and that was pretty cool. You could see it really well. The whole boat was trembling. There was a certain smell that it put off. It smelled kind of like a campfire to me. We got an early start. We're going to try to go as far up the ICW as we can, and we're just crossing under some power lines, which I never really expected to see here.
Just passing the Space Center right now, this is where the rocket took off from this morning. I believe this is also where Artemis 2 took off recently for their trip around the moon.
Hey babes! Come out.
We were so surprised by how many dolphins we saw in the ICW in Florida. To give perspective, we saw more dolphins than birds, and definitely saw more than we saw in the Bahamas.
Sometimes there are plenty of people and boats to look at, other times it's just you and nature all to yourselves. Plenty of parts that are marshlands with peaceful scenery, birds chirping, dolphins playfully swimming around. The ICW has a good mix of waterfront homes to gawk at, along with the different boats that they own and their boat lift systems. We're just coming into Daytona Beach. There are loads of pelicans in the area, but couldn't manage to get a good shot of them. They dive bomb into the water to catch fish. It keeps us smiling for hours while we watch them do it.
Welcome to Daytona Beach, a city built on raw speed. Long before the famous speedway was built in 1959, drivers were racing modified cars right on the packed sands of the beach just a couple miles east of us. But out here on the Halifax River, the pace is a little more our style. We're trading the racetrack for the slow lane, cruising past the high-rises at a solid 6 knots.
Waking up here, the city has a bit of a funky smell to it that we can't quite place. In person, things look a little unkept, giving the whole area this sleepier mini Vegas feel. We passed by some low-end casinos, interesting looking characters, and neon lit food spots. Because we were exploring in the early morning hours, right before picking up the anchor to leave, it wasn't even in its prime hours yet, but you can definitely tell this place has some stories to tell.
Daytona Beach is famous for spring breaks and bike weeks, but for the cruisers on the ICW, it's a major milestone. We're sitting right around mile 830 here on the Halifax River. The current can rip through this section and you really have to stay alert and hug the inside of the channel curves. It's a beautiful mix of classic Florida nature and bustling city waterfront. If you want to find the real heartbeat of this beach, you come to the pier. It's lined with people and fishing rods, from the serious local anglers to families just dropping a line for fun. The energy is high, the sun is out, and everybody's waiting for that next big bite.
Thanks for watching part 1 of our Florida ICW series. In total, we traveled through 6 states on the East Coast. 5 are ICW states, and Maryland has the Chesapeake Bay Adventures. Make sure to subscribe to catch the entire journey and not miss out. See you in the next one.